Welcome back to Callahan's Corner, where you ask the questions. We answer them live right here on Facebook. Well, nighttime edition of Callahan's Corner had a question submitted by Rudy Roeder, one of our Canadian friends north of the border. But this question has been a commonly asked question throughout the last several weeks for companies specifically doing snow removal and using service autopilot. So in normal fashion, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to drop them in the live stream here, and we'll be happy to answer those. In addition, I'm going to be putting in a URL, basically a website address. If you are using Service Autopilot and you want a free 30-minute audit of Service Autopilot to make sure you're using it to its fullest, feel free to click that link and grab a time. But we're going to dive into the questions submitted by Rudy and, well, several others for sure. So I'm going to break it down how we actually did it in my lawn care company. We plowed approximately 600 residential driveways. You heard it right, 600 residential driveways and about 70 commercial parking lots. So all said and done, we plowed approximately 178 to 180 acres of pavement on a full run. So this can be done at scale. So whether you got one truck or 25 or 30 crews out removing snow, this will be in here. As well as I'll post some additional documents in here. So you can click a link and see how we limited the risk of snowplow with diversification of contracts. And this is one way we did it here with capped plowing contracts with an overage, but not really obvious in Service Autopilot how you do this in your service business. So if you're listening and this is something of interest, drop some comments in there just so we know you're here and you're enjoying the content. But until then, we are going to drop in and break down the screen as we normally do in fashion here, and break it down. So I am in Service Autopilot. Now, when we're in Service Autopilot, traditionally we want to go in and use the SimpleGrowth blueprint to build out the capped contract and the overages. I'm not going to get into that tonight. Obviously, in the later version tonight, I'm going to make this short and sweet. If you want to check out the SA Weekly Talk Show coming up, and that's going to be Friday, October 9th, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central. I'm going to be going on solo by myself, going over all things snow removal and how to go out and dominate your local market and create great bottom line profits. But the question at hand here is, how do we create a contract with a limited cap and overages and show that in an estimate in Service Autopilot and then turn that into a contract that goes in and shows overages? So if you like what you see, make some comments, or if you have any questions around this, I'm happy to answer them. So the first thing I'm going to be going in here is from the My Day screen. The first thing you want to set up is your services. So I pre-created these services. These are fictitious pricing, so definitely do not copy these, but it's going to give you the ideas. The first thing we want to do is create a service for snow plowing residential cap, 25 visits or 17 visits. Main thing is you want to see the averages in your region. So the last 30 years on average, upstate New York, which is the third largest snowplow market in the whole entire United States, was around 17 visits. After we averaged that out through the tenure of Callahan's Lawn Care, we were averaging between 22 and 23 plow runs at a 3-inch trigger. So we've definitely cut our teeth in this market, but you want to go in, create your services, and make sure it says show in snow dispatch. That's the only way you're going to be able to schedule these jobs. We're going to go into our accountant class. That's taken care of. Next thing is estimates. We put our estimate description. So we've gone in and figured out residential plowing contact, 25 trips, and some details. You don't need to go into those types of details, but these details I think are honestly worth taking a look at for a minute. So the driveway will be plowed when the snow falls from the sky and accumulates on the driveway 3 inches in non-obstructed areas. So one of the biggest issues we saw is we'd get through 600-700 driveways, depending on where we're at in what year, and we would get phone calls saying, hey, you didn't plow under my vehicle or around my vehicle. Those are obstructed areas. So we clearly defined what we were plowing and what we weren't plowing. Said we were held harmless for any previous driveway damage, and all equipment is new to minimize any damage. But let's face it, if you've got a several thousand-pound steel blade running up and down pavement, damage is going to occur. We will not guarantee the exact time the driveway is plowed due to the time and the way the snow may accumulate. We're not responsible for drifts, snow plowed by the town on the sidewalk or apron. And if it prevents entrance or damage to your vehicle, we can do that for an additional request. And a credit card is required on file for any additional plow trips outside of the actual contract. So we've defined that. On our commercial contract, we also had a hold harmless for slip and fall liability. Next thing is in the rate matrix. We're going to go in, calculations, rate times visits, and quantity, custom field. So before you create your services, you want to create a custom field so you're not having to jump in and out. If you've seen any of our videos, you know we create the custom field, we create the service, we create the packages, and then we create the template, and we link the documents together. So we're saying between 1 and 1,800 square feet is $475 for those first 25 visits. And each additional 120 square feet over the base price of 1,800 square feet is an additional $11 more. So we've got the cap on there now. And then we're going to go in and do our over cap. So same square footage range because our production rates will be the same. We're going to go in and put our estimate description, prices per visit, X amount of dollars per the overage of the cap. And we're going to go into the rate matrix and set up our same matrix, but we're charging an additional $25 per push. And if it's over 1,800 square feet, each additional 120 square feet is $3 more per push. So we can have a larger driveway or a driveway up to 1,800 square feet, and that is going to build that program for you. So we're going to save that as well. Now, the next thing we're going to do is going into a master package. This is something that Service Autopilot probably will not show you how to do, but we're going to lift the hood on this. So if you have comments or questions on this, please drop it in the live screen. We're going to go into gear icon, master packages, residential plowing trip of 25 with cap. We're going to go in and label this plowing residential 25 visits, residential plowing after 25 visits. We're pulling our services in that we just created for 25 visits and over the cap. We're going to save the changes. Next thing we're going into is under the gear icon, job estimate templates. And we're going to pull in the package for 25 trip cap with the 25 visits and the cap overage. And I pulled in residential sidewalk clearing. That's another service we made as well. We'd go in then and save and close. So the next thing that we are going to do is go into the My Day screen. Potentially, we are picking up the phone. A client calls. We're going to go and hit the plus icon, add a lead. If they're coming off your website using a V2 or V3 form, they should be automatically entered into Service Autopilot, no double entry, trigger someone in your office, and off the website lead capture, we should know they're requesting a estimate. So as we answer the phone, we've got the client's name. We're going to go in and put in the address. Zip code. Ask the city. We're going to confirm that. We're going to select the sales tax if it is applicable. And we're going to go in and put in their email. And we always put in the cell phone number. Next thing we should be always checking is details. Is this account type commercial or residential? This example is residential, but this is the same process that we use for commercial plowing with caps as well. Under sales, we want to track the sales source. How did they hear about it? So I'm going to say this one came from Angie's List. And we're going to hit save. It's going to do some duplicate checking. This is the test account that we used if you've seen it in the video. So we are going to continue because this is a decent account. So once again, if you have any comments or questions on the video, feel free to drop them in. Now, as we're looking at it, there's some things we need to look at. This long gray bar is going to represent a lead in the system. We have 3 defined columns. That is a client in V2. In addition, when you've got the search icon here, this little black avatar with a red L is a lead. If this L was not here, that little avatar without the red L would be a client. No avatar would be a closed lead, and a canceled client would be the black avatar with a slash. Those are visual clues in the V2 system. So now we're going to go into more property measurements and measure the property to create this production rate based estimating system for plowing with a 25 trip cap and an overage. So we're going into our satellite. We're zooming in. And we're going to measure the driveway. Double click that. We'll pull that up a little bit, and we're going to highlight that blue. Choose it, and I'm going to put plowing. And we have another area for sidewalks. Now, this is something full transparency. We never really did at Callahan's. We did not shovel residentials, but we did shovel and maintain sidewalks commercially. But this is a great example how you would do that for either one. And we're going to spin that down and zoom in. And we're going to measure right in front of the driveway, garage door where the plow is not going to hit. We're going to get this sidewalk here. And we're going to measure that and make that a different color. And hit save. So every time we pull this up now, we know exactly what areas were measured. Don't worry, when we come back and spin this area, this is appropriate for the overlay here. Now, what we're going to do then is take sidewalks, hit the plus sign to a 0, not include it, custom field. You would probably never have this many custom fields. So let's see if we can find this in here. But this is our driveway square footage that we're plowing, and we're going to hit save. Custom field is saved. Now, the next thing we're going to do is zero out the plowing and hit the plus sign for sidewalks. And we need to go in and get our sidewalk square footage. See if we can find that in here as well. But like I said, you'd never have this many custom fields. But in this test account, we've got that. So sidewalk square foot clearing. I believe that is the custom field we need. But let's take a quick look before we save it. And sidewalk residential clearing. And as we know, this will be under the rate matrix, and it is sidewalk clearing. So that's the formula that we used. Every 100 square feet was $25. So we are, in fact, using the right custom field. So now that we've saved this, we can now go in and hit add an estimate. So those job variables or custom fields are saved on the client list, and then we're going to go in and create an estimate. So as this loads in here, we're going to go in and use the pre-built job estimate template that we've just created on the screen here. So when we go back to the lead screen, we go to templates, and we've got our SimpleGrowth 2020 residential cap contract. So that is going to load in, and what it did is it took the 1095 square feet of the pavement. It's a $475 contract, and each trip above that is $25. So we're going to go from draft to quote, and we have a residential sidewalk clearing of $50. So it's 200 square feet. So every 25 was an additional $25. Obviously, some of this pricing is fictitious for the sidewalks, but you get the idea. So this is how you break this down. Now, the next important part is we're going to save this. Now, on our estimate template, when we created this template here, we connected it to the SimpleGrowth 2020 residential contract. What that did is it connected the estimate email, the estimate document, and the acceptance email, and now they're all connected. So if you are a Service Autopilot user, on the Service Autopilot Marketplace, we have this all collected or connected for you where you can actually download this and use this within minutes. But the idea here is to show you how to do it yourself. So the next thing we want to do is we go back to this lead. We're going to go up and email the estimate. Now, that pre-templated email that's stuck in there will automatically load. And what we've got is some information. Click here for the snow removal estimate and the 5 major reasons why our business is different. So what we are going to do now is scroll down and hit send. And I'm going to hop into my email on the other screen and pull this over for you and show you what the actual estimate looks like for your client with the actual estimate / contract with the cap pricing on it. So this is kind of where the rubber meets the road. So any comments or questions, drop below here. Happy to show you what this looks like fully built out here as I'm grabbing this here on the other screen. So what we've got here is the email that your client would be getting. And it is going to show here, click here to view my proposal. This is a live estimate that can be signed online. But what we've got is our residential plowing 25 trip cap. Obviously, you'd probably want to make that a little, read a little bit better, but it's residential plowing 25 trip contract, the company, what they will do, what they will not guarantee. So we've outlined the details for $475. Residential plowing after 25 visits, $25 per trip. They cannot select or deselect either one of these. We can go in and select it as the consumer. And now I have my residential sidewalk clearing for $50. So I'm going to select both of those and scroll down and accept the proposal. Now, depending on the settings of the estimate, if you've seen in a lot of our other videos, you can go in and electronically sign, and that's going to give you IP address and the actual printable PDF of that contract. That's what I recommend for best practice, but right now for this demo, we didn't go through the extra steps of setting that up. But that is going to give you the high-low or the 25 trip retainer plus the overages and the services. So that is what you're going to do there. Now, when we go back in here, this is going to be updated as a one contract. So you can see here it's one. So the next step, if you've won this estimate, is how do we set this up? So we'd really want to go in at this point, in my opinion, is convert the lead into a client. So under more, convert lead, save, and then before we can schedule this newly won contract for 25 trips and overages, we want to go in under the contracts area and add a contract. Now, snow removal is going to be different because it's an on-demand job. So what you need to do is go in, create a contract first before you set up the contract, the contract, and we're going to call it our residential snow contract, complete with typos. All right, so we've got that in there. Now we're going to go in and put our start date. Traditionally, in my market, we would start November 20th and end the contract April 5th. Now we need to enter a line item in. So snow, residential snow contract and installment, if you do installments. So we can go in, or we can just make it residential contract. When you click that in, that's the invoice line item. So in my market, we made the customer prepay for the whole year in advance before we would show up. Other markets like to do some installments. So let's just play devil's advocate, and let's say you're doing that contract. Let's say it was $400. I don't remember what it was, but let's say it was a $400 contract. So we do $100 in November, $100 in December, and you can do $100 in January and February. So that's how you would set up the installment. And it basically, when you go to the billing day of the month here, you set it up for the first, and you could bill bill 1 month in advance. So traditionally, what we would do in my company is we would go out and avoid doing installments, but we would actually charge the complete $400 in the beginning of November, and it had to be prepaid in full before November 20th with no discounts. And that's how we operated, because we always booked our schedules. So I'll put some links from Lawn and Landscape Magazine, how we did that, so you can break it down if you ever want to try that in your market. But here's the idea, and we want to auto generate. So now we have this. The last part is under actions. We want to add a contract item. So this is how we define that residential plowing cap, and the residential plowing with a cap. And let me just put cap in here. There's our snow plowing residential cap, 25 visits. And I'm going to put 25 visits in here. I'm going to want to be notified, especially if you're in an area that has the lake effect. So greater than or equal to 25 visits, we're going to get a notification in Service Autopilot. So in our market, we used to, certain areas wouldn't get as much snow. So sometimes we'd be over that cap in one area, not the other. So that's going to give you that granularity, that alert. And we can let a roll. So I'm going to alert myself as the owner roll and hit save. And now it wants to know if we're going to bill over this. So if the quantity is over, or hours are, we bill over. So yes, if the quantity is past 25 visits, we are going to bill overage on this. So that is the only part that's included in the cap. Our sidewalk clearing is a separate service that's billed out per trip. So that's going to be handled differently. So we're going to hit save here. Now, the next step is, and I didn't select a service, so that is probably part of the reason why. Let's see if we can get this to select. And my guess is I did not select the snow tab on this one when I set it up before the video. So let's go check it out here. And show in snow. Everything looks appropriate here. So let's see why it does not like that. For some reason it is, default service. Nothing wrong with Facebook Live, that's the problem. So we have to select our default service, and I'm going to put that in for our residential 25 visit. Now we should be good. So comments or questions drop below. So if you've been doing this for 9-10 years like myself, yes, you can definitely miss a step. So watch this video on the recording to make sure you've got it. Now the next step is we want to go and add a job. We're going to add an on-demand job. So when I showed you on the service selection that we had to show in snow dispatch, it will not be available unless it is selected on snow. Snow is done differently in service autopilot. So I'm going to select the cap visits. I'm going to assign that to, let's go in here and grab residential plow crew number 8. And our inch trigger is 3 inches on a residential contract. It's authorized 7 days a week. And invoice type now is a contract. And the contract is the residential snow contract we just created. Now the cap type is going to be number of pushes, not events. And the cap is 25 pushes. And it's going to reset yearly. And we need to put in an overage invoice description. So charge for plowing over 25 visits. Now we're going to go in and select the range. I'm going to recommend if it is a 3-inch trigger, I'm going to say 3 to 99 inches is, we were charging an extra $25 per visit on that one. And I believe it was 0.05 man hours. And it was not an hourly one, it was a flat rate. So that is how we set that up, to set up the 25 trips included under the contract, and then an additional billing of $25 per visit thereafter. Now the last part here is we had sidewalk shoveling. So we're going to go and add another on-demand job, but this is going to be a little bit different. There is no contract. So the service is residential sidewalk clearing. Garage and walks, and we're going to assign it to that same plowing crew number 8. Theoretically, that same crew would be shoveling. And it's a 3-inch trigger, 7 days, but now this type is per push per inch. And it goes out at every 3 inches, and it doesn't matter how many inches we're coming every 3 inches. So I'm going to bump that up to 99 again. And if you remember, that was $50 per visit, and I think 0.25 man hours. And again, that's flat rate, not hourly. So now we've gone in and showed you how to create a contract with a capped amount and overages in an on-demand, say, sidewalk or salting job that is paid per visit. So comments or questions, drop them below. I want to thank Rudy and a couple other people who submitted this question. Apologize how late it took me to get that up, but been a crazy time this fall, even with COVID. The SimpleGrowth team has been very, very busy helping service autopilot users, amongst other platforms, grow and scale their service business in lawn care, snow plowing, and home cleaning. Other thing I really want to push out here and take a look at is if you're interested in the service autopilot, or basically any CRM, if you're using a service-based business software and you want to get a free 30-minute audit of your software with myself or Dylan on the SimpleGrowth team, I've just posted the URL and link in the actual comments here. I'll put another one in here. So it's a free software audit we'll go through. No sales pitch, literally just tell you what your score is and what you need to work on to be fully set up in your software. Really, really cool process we do. And we actually send you a graphic and all the questions so you know exactly where you're at in your software. But if you scroll down, you can book a call right with myself, Mike Callahan, to get that free SA audit. We even do have some weekend times on Saturday as well, and some times available tomorrow. So if that's something of interest, feel free to click that link. Last thing I want to show you is if you are a SimpleGrowth client, we do have a new chat feature on the bottom left-hand side of our website. When you click this here, believe it or not, we've extended our hours. So it is from 9 a.m. Eastern all the way to 10 p.m. Eastern. So if you're one of a client of SimpleGrowth, any questions around Service Autopilot or automations or anything else we're going on, the SimpleGrowth team is live via chat from 9 a.m. Eastern to 10 p.m. Eastern, and potentially some new weekend hours coming up shortly. But make sure you click the link below here to get that audit of your scheduling software. And if you have any comments or questions, how we broke down snow plowing with a cap and overages, and then one time for, say, shoveling or salting, whether it's the sidewalks or the parking lot, that's how you do it. But Callahan's Corner, you ask questions, we answer them live right here on Facebook. We'll see you again tomorrow on the SA Weekly Talk Show at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central. Mike Callahan, SimpleGrowth team with Callahan's Corner.